For me, Pele, Maradona, and Cruyff are the three greatest players in history. Messi is also an excellent player, but Maradona always has a stronger personality in a team. Messi is not the first to step out in strength contests. I also don't forget to mention Cristiano Ronaldo, Michel Platini, or Zinedine Zidane. These are the shears that just made the media wave from Dutch football legend Marco van Basten in an interview published in France Football magazine on September 28. Going against public opinion, Van Basten even affirmed that Messi almost made it into his list but was then eliminated without much regret. This is causing outrage among a large part of those who love Lionel Messi in particular and contemporary football in general. The story of whether Pele, Maradona, Cruyff, or Messi is the greatest in history is always debated from year to year. It's time to compare titles. Recently, if Messi's Inter Miami won the US Open Cup 2023, then the 36-year-old legend would have quickly risen to the top of the list of the first players to achieve 45 titles in their career. Although it didn't happen, Messi's 44 titles are enough to make him stand out and temporarily equal with Dani Alves. However, since Dani Alves does not have a World Cup, as he only joined the Brazilian team in 2006, Alves' greatness is hard to compare with Messi at any time. So now let's take each legend considered great in football to compare with Messi. First is the king of football Pele, who has proven his genius and class by winning the World Cup 3 times with the Brazilian team in 58, 62, and 70. Although Messi obviously cannot compare with Pele at the World Cup playground, in return, Messi has nearly 2 decades of playing football in Europe and has achieved countless major titles, including 4 Champions League championships, 7 Kings Cups of Spain, 9 La Liga championships, League One, 3 European Super Cups, 3 FIFA Club World Cups. And to this point, those who think Pele is better than Messi have to think again when the football king has never set foot in Europe to play for any club. Even Pele doesn't know what the golden ball looks like, because from the time this award was born in 1956 until 1994, this prestigious individual title was only for European players. It wasn't until 1995 that the golden ball expanded its scope to players playing in Europe, and then to the whole world. At the same time, Messi is the only one so far who has won the golden ball 7 times. It can be said that Pele is the king of football in the 20th century, but in the 21st century, he cannot compare with Messi, who was very successful at both club and national team levels. Less than Pele is Messi's compatriot legend, Diego Maradona, because he once had a period of dominance in Europe in the colors of Barcelona, Napoli, and Serbia. However, despite winning quite a few titles at that time, Maradona played at a time when the golden ball was only for European players, so he has never been crowned in this category. Leaving aside personal stories and titles, Diego Maradona also won the World Cup in 1986, when he was also the helmsman of l'Albiceleste. However, once again Maradona falls short compared to his successor Messi because he does not have any Champions League titles. Maradona's 2 times participating in the European Cup with Napoli are only remembered because his team had to stop early. Therefore, Maradona's illustrious career has too many regrets when compared to the current Messi. At this point, Johan Cruyff will meet the most criteria when compared with Messi. First, he came from Europe at a time when only people here could get the golden ball. Johan Cruyff was even honored 3 times in 71, 73, and 74. In addition, Saint Johan also won 3 consecutive Champions Leagues with Ajax in 71, 72, and 73. But sadly, Johan Cruyff is a legend who gains this but loses that, because in the Dutch team shirt, he does not have any World Cup titles even though he made it to the final in 1974. And the 3 legendary players are indeed great compared to their glorious achievements in the past. However, Pele, Maradona, and Cruyff all have their strengths and weaknesses. Some have the World Cup but not the Champions League, and vice versa. Some have never played in Europe. While Messi has collected all, he has everything, missing no titles. This is enough to prove that the player born in 1987 stands above all others in football history. Messi is the GOAT, no argument is needed. If one cannot compare individual and collective titles, Many people underestimate Messi like Van Basten. They will immediately think of comparing goals and assists, and this is a mistake. Pele has 1283 goals throughout his career, while Messi currently only has 819 goals. However, a part of Pele's scoring record is still controversial. Messi has certainly surpassed him in the category of assists, with 361 assists. But both Maradona and Johan Cruyff, who were once attacking midfielders, also lost to Messi in terms of assists. So it can be seen that Messi is a harmonious blend that is superior to anyone else. Pele may have scored many times, but his assists were surpassed by Messi at the age of 36. Maradona could dribble at the same level as Messi, and both have created a sensation for millions of fans with the ball at their feet. But when it comes to scoring, Maradona has not scored up to 400 goals throughout his career, so it's hard to compete with his successor. And Johan Cruyff is no better, as a superstar who organizes gameplay to the point of being canonized. But it's hard for the Dutch legend to score and assist while still conquering the World Cup like Messi, even though Johan Cruyff was really good in his time. Once again, all three legends Pele, Maradona, and Cruyff show a disparity in terms of goals and assists. While Messi has all and much more, Messi gathers enough essence to fly high, reaching new heights that previous generations can only look back on because of greatness. Even Pele, before he left, used his last wisdom to say that Messi doesn't need to follow anyone. He will know how to turn himself into a living saint. And there is only one GOAT in the football world, that is Messi. Is Van Basten jealous? At this point, perhaps the most uncomfortable person is Van Basten because of his outrageous statements. Maybe because he won 3 Golden Balls and 2 Champions League titles, all far less than Messi, so he did not recognize Messi. Perhaps because the Dutch legend also failed at the World Cup, while Messi is the only one who has twice won the World Cup Golden Ball. And one of those 2 times was defeating Van Basten's Netherlands, so he was somewhat annoyed when hearing Messi's name. Even the arrogant image when celebrating a goal into the net of the Netherlands at the 2022 World Cup. It's almost easy to see that the former AC Milan striker is quite jealous of Messi when he had a glorious career but also quickly faded at the age of 28 due to injury. Messi is 36 years old and continues to write miracles in MLS when coming to Inter Miami and making this club become a strong force, even though this team was just a stepping stone before. Pele and Cruyff also played ball in America, but the effect is nowhere near as current as Messi. Messi only needs a month to shape the tournament, and 2 months to define why football is a king's legend with the whole world. That is the greatness of a great man, a living saint in the football world. Even more and more major magazines like The Times, 442, or The Athletic default Messi must stand above all when it comes to the word great. The more he plays, the Argentine legend has more reason to become GOAT in sports, not just for football. Because that definition is only for Messi, the top-class superstar and greatest in this football era, Lionel Messi. Once again, I'm TD Sports. Don't forget to support me by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, so you can follow the latest and most exciting sports news on the planet. See you again in the next videos.